Wake up, everybody. Hey, after receiving multiple standing ovations at the GOP retreat yesterday, British Prime Minister Theresa May heads to the White House today to meet with President Trump. Many are hoping the meeting will revive the strong British-U.S. relationship established during the Reagan-Thatcher era. So what can we expect at this anticipated meeting? Anything substantial or just to get to know you? Let's ask Steve Hilton. He's a Fox News contributor and former director of strategy for Prime Minister David Cameron, who just had that job a short time ago. You say, Steve, that there's been an obsession really since Reagan-Thatcher of British leaders being best friends with American leaders. What is the importance from the UK perspective?
Well, from the UK perspective, Brian, there's been this obsession. They've always worried whether, the prime ministers have always worried whether they're close enough to the US president, whether the relationship is strong enough. Does the US president really take us seriously? Now, under Obama, the relationship really wasn't special. He preferred dealing with the EU. And if you remember, during the Brexit campaign, he famously said that if Britain left the EU, it would be at the back of the line for a trade deal. Now, right now, if you look at what's the situation with Trump and May, it feels like it's getting off to a really strong start. That speech she made yesterday at the GOP retreat that got the ovations was really strong. And I think in terms of their character, right, I think there's a really good chance they're going to get along great. You see, one of my favourite things that happened in British politics last year was after the Brexit vote, when Cameron resigned and there was a contest for the leadership of the Conservative Party. One of the ministers who was actually in Thatcher's cabinet and also in Cameron's cabinet was caught on a hot mic talking to one of the other ex-ministers, and he said, the thing about Theresa May is that she's a bloody difficult woman. But we know what that's like because we work with Margaret Thatcher. And then Theresa May actually turned that around and said, as we're leaving the EU and negotiating our way out, Britain needs a bloody difficult woman. Right. And the thing is, her character is one that really reflects that. She's very hardworking, pays a lot of attention to detail, right, and she's really tough. And I think that's going to appeal to Donald Trump. But you know what? Donald Trump is somebody, more than most people I've ever met, who wants something done. He's interested in fostering a relationship, fine. But could he walk out of here, and could Theresa May walk out of this meeting with the fundamentals towards a bilateral trade agreement separate from the EU, even though they say wait 2 years before you're allowed to do that, Britain, because we're in the middle of breaking up? Well, that's the really big question. Now, if you look at Trump and what he said, the president, it seems to me, is really keen to get on with it. And that's great. It's great for America and it's great for Britain. But as you said, the EU rules actually say that a country that wants to leave the EU can't even start negotiating trade deals on their own until they've actually left. That's at least 2 years away. Now, remember, those rules were written at a time when the people at the EU, they never imagined that a country would have the temerity to actually leave. And actually, they're designed to punish countries that leave so that they don't set an example for other countries. And so if I was the president, you know what I'd say to Theresa May is, you know what? Ignore those stupid rules and the EU bureaucrats. Let's make a great deal. Let's get on with it. And what are they going to do about it? All I can tell you is, if he does say something like that, that's the exact way he would do it. Let's forget about them. Let's make a great deal together. It'll be the best deal ever, and everyone will love it. It'll be fantastic. All right, Steve, thanks so much. Great to see you, and I look forward to seeing your show on the weekends when you roll it out. Great to see you, Brian.